It's a warm and it's a muggy summer's evening at the Southwood County 2000 field as we get ready to begin the Lincoln Red Raiders 2017 campaign. Kuaukan is in town, and we are pleased to bring it to you here on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. My name's MIlton Van Natta. This is Craig Timm. Art Napgezek is our producer and videographer, and we're here for another season of Red Raider football. Craig, we took a look at the starting lineups a few moments ago. Senior-laden team. Starting lineups just filled with seniors on both sides of the ball. Usually that means you have fairly high expectations for a year.
Yes, you do, and it's going to be an interesting year. Obviously, people that have looked at the Raiders' schedule, they go home and then they go to Kimberly next week. Then they're on the road for 4. But senior-laden team, a lot of names you'll remember. We're looking for a good game tonight.
New quarterback this year. Ben Olsen was the quarterback last year. This year it's Jacob Mansell. And so whenever you come into the season with a new quarterback, one who hasn't started before, there's something a little bit unproven about that. You got to feel that out and see what you got.
Yeah, absolutely. But what you do is you throw to number 3 is what you do. Yep. Isaiah Westfall, obviously ranked number 1 in the state as a wide receiver, being recruited all over the place. I know they want to get him in the offense. But on the other hand, like you mentioned, with a new quarterback, that's not going to be your total offense, because obviously Kuaukan is going to be keen on him big time all night. So you have to have something else to give him.
We're familiar with Isaac Pilot. He'll be at that tailback position. And we're going to get this one underway in just a moment, right here on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media.
Number 4, Jacob Mansell.
And you look at the 2017 Lincoln Red Raiders as they head to their sideline for the opening kickoff of tonight's lid lifter against the Galloping Ghosts of Kuaukan. They will be wearing white with orange helmets, orange numbers, black pants, an orange stripe down it, very much the Halloween theme for the Galloping Ghosts. Meanwhile, you're familiar with the Red Raiders adorned in their red jerseys, white pants, white helmets, white numbers. And Kuaukan is going to be kicking off to Lincoln here in just a matter of moments. We are so glad to have this opportunity to be with you tonight on River City's Community Access to kick off the 2017 season. Should be an exciting season, as we'll have the opportunity to bring you games against Oshkosh North, Spash, and DC Everest. Just 4 of Lincoln's 9 home games will be here on this field during the regular season. So we've got to enjoy the home games. A bounding kick will be picked up at the 5-yard line. And trying to squirm his way through and get to the near side, but being taken down at the 16-yard line is Nathan Hepp. He is one of the... I believe they said that was 11 Tommy Gruby and not 8 Nathan Hepp. It's Gruby on the kickoff return of 12 yards. Nathan Hepp, Drake Biolo, and Chasten Berwink act as captains for the Red Raiders tonight. And we get our first look at Jacob Mansell as the starting quarterback. He wears number 4, big Isaac Pilot, the lone setback behind him. 3 receivers in this set. The Red Raiders spread him out, but they give it to Pilot, and he's got room in the middle, and he goes across the 20 to the 23-yard line. That's a nice pickup on first down, almost 6 yards up front. Matthew Schooley, Rhett Reineke, Mike Iverson, Aaron Parker, and Chasten Berwink from left tackle to right tackle. We will get you the rest of the starters as we go along. Red Raiders go without a huddle here. It's a sunny Saturday night.
Just going to say the sun might cause some problems as it
it's Pilot again.
Right behind us.
And he's across the 25. Appears to be a step or two short of the first down there.
And of course, this is Saturday night.
It is.
And there have been a lot of scores. Obviously, it started last night. Well, a lot of teams started on Thursday night, actually. A lot of games, a lot of interesting scores rolling around. Kimberly kept their winning streak alive. I think it's now 57. That'll be the Raiders' next opponent.
So a first down on the 2 runs. Throw is into the hash marks on the far side. It's caught by Nick Campbell, and he'll be taken down at the 32 after a pickup of about 5 yards. So very much up tempo here, Craig. No huddle,
really like
spread
this.
out the field. Yeah, they're.
And again, the always dangerous Isaiah Westfall, number 3. He's way down on our end here.
Bottom of your screen as you watch
He's
at
in
home.
Single coverage. We'll
Yeah.
see if that stays throughout tonight.
It's Pilot's got a hole, has a first down as he goes across the 40 to about the 43-yard line. So even though they're going up tempo, even though they're spreading it out, they've ran it 3 times, and Pilot's had some nice room each time to carry the football. First down run. Raiders with the 1st and 10 as they moved it from their own 17 up to their own 43.
Just a beautiful night for football.
Here's Pilot rumbling again. He's got the 45 and almost the midfield stripe at the 49-yard line. That should be close to another 6 yards for Isaac Pilot, the starting tailback of this team. He's a big kid at 6'3" and 205. Will still get you those other so-called skill guys. Keegan Hewitt, Isaiah Westfall, Nick Campbell, the wideouts. We'll see Justin Wafel in the backfield with Isaac Pilot tonight as well. Now here's a throw to the near side. First touch for Westfall. Here's a first down catch at the 45, and he's pushed out of bounds. This is a sharp-looking Lincoln drive.
And when you figure, Milt, we've only gone about 2.5 minutes. And I like the no huddle. I really like, I don't know if they call that anymore, but we used to call it the no huddle. But this is a nice team. Again, like you mentioned in the pregame, nice to have a lot of seniors. You kind of feel like this is your year, you know? But you have to take them one at a time.
No, the motion back. Nope, they're going to give it to. No, it's the keeper by Mansell. He faked to Pilot. Pilot was taken down what it was the line of scrimmage, but Mansell kept it, and he gets to the 47 for a pickup of 2.
Pilot really gave up his body on that play. He really got pounded.
Yeah, low, right on the shins, got hammered. Wafel comes into the game. He's number 40, and he'll be right up behind the left side of that offensive line. Yeah. Now in the pocket, he's going to throw long. He's going for Westfall into double coverage. Isaiah has it go in and out of his hands, I believe, at about the 3-yard line. I think he touched that football, Craig.
He did too, Milt.
In double coverage there. So there's one young man that I want to tell you about, Craig. He comes into this game, check this out, 6'8", 325. That is Rhett Reinecke, number 65, who plays left guard.
Wow.
He stood out during the national anthem.
Yes, he did.
Head and shoulders above the rest. 3rd and long here. Big play. And they're going to run it inside, and Pilot will be short of the first down at the 38. And here comes your first big coaching decision of the night. You have about 4th and 4 from the 38, and no sign of a punt team. Pilot comes back in for Nash Combs.
4th and 4.
And on 4th down, the Red Raiders will go for it. You've got Campbell and Westfall to the near side. Now Mansell looks into the slot. It's caught for a first down, and at the 25-yard line, Nick Campbell makes the catch. Big first down conversion there on 4th and 4, and the Lincoln drive continues. It's now a 4-minute-plus drive.
And great blocking both for the runners and also for the quarterback. He's really not had any issue at all.
Mansell throwing for Westfall at the pylon. Isaiah in and out of his hands.
Almost had that one, Mel.
Beautifully thrown ball.
He is so dangerous too. He just tell by his reaction he thought he had that one, but he'll get some more opportunities. They're just watching.
Sure
they're so fast on the snap. It's basically almost a high snap every time, and it's probably what they want. It gets up, the quarterback can get his hands up and see the field, and
it's Pilot rumbling inside of the 20. Loose football. Is that what they're scrambling for? No, I guess not. Just Pilot working hard to the 18-yard line.
The 3rd down, no.
Going to be third down and short. 2.5, 3 yards for the first down. Tony Biolo back as head coach of the Lincoln Red Raiders this year. Here's the third down play. They're just going to give it to Pelot. Powers his way right at the stick. We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll
close.
see. You watch that. I'm going to count something here, Craig. Tony's got a staff of 15 guys, 15-man coaching staff this year. It's the first down for the Red Raiders.
Right at the 15. Westfall back in.
And now we're under 7 minutes to go for the first. And Westfall with man coverage down here at the bottom again. And Mansell's looking for it and going for it. Again into the corner and a beautiful, oh, did he catch it? They say he did. And one official says touchdown, the other says incomplete. They're going to confer. They say he was juggling the football, back shoulder throw that he had momentarily and then just couldn't quite hang on to. So it'll be a second and 10 from the 15.
Another great throw.
Everybody gets on their feet. You know, watch the crowd. Everybody gets on their feet when they throw it to Isaiah out on the perimeter.
They still call that the flat?
I don't think so. I don't think they've called it the flat for years. Except old guys like us.
There's that age thing again.
Yeah. If we have a false start against Lincoln, it's going to be second and 15
I still can't
now.
get over they don't call it the center anymore. I mean, they give numbers to the basketball players. It's all numbers.
No, yeah.
Well, he's playing the 4.
The post or the 5, yeah. Yep.
What's wrong with the center?
I don't know. It's just old school. That's all.
Oh, man. Oh, well. I'll get it. Don't get it yet. Nice crowd tonight, still filing in. A pretty good crowd from our friends in the east, Kuaukan over there. They get to look right into the sun for at least probably the next, about hour?
Second and 15. It's Mansell on the keeper. He's at the 15. He's at the 10. He's to the corner. And he's in for the touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown run by Jacob Mansell. That caps off a really impressive opening possession for the Red Raiders. Second and 15, no problem. Mansell takes it all the way to give Lincoln the 6-0 lead.
Nathan Help on the extra point. Right.
7-0 Lincoln.
The middle.
The drive is 5 minutes and 35 seconds, nearly half a period, and we'll have the Lincoln kickoff after a short timeout on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. So Brock Erdman all set to kick it off for Lincoln, now on top 7-0, and that one bounds in the middle at the 25-yard line. Kuaukan finding some room across the 30 to the 35, and there we'll get our first look at the offense of head coach Matt Binsfield. Riley Kanak was the man that returned that kickoff about 10 yards.
And the football made it to the long jump pit.
And looks like Jonah O'Brien, the junior, is the quarterback, number 8. And 2 receivers, a slot back, and a tailback. They fake it to the tailback, want to throw. Throwing it long, man's wide open and overthrown.
Wow.
At the Lincoln 35. Mason Van Zeeland was the intended receiver, and he was behind the defense. Up front, Frank Hartman and Frank Aspros are the ends. Joe Whitemarsh on the nose. Cody Sawyer and Caleb O'Neill are the outside linebackers for the Raiders. Nathan Hepp and Drake Biolo inside. Safeties are Dylan Ashbeck and Zach Wendt. Corners are Zach Langmeyer and Tommy Gruby. Starting 11 for Lincoln, 2nd and 10. O'Brien fakes, wants to throw again. Some pressure coming. He's in trouble, and down he goes. Slipping down under the pressure of Frank Hartman all the way back at the 25. It's a 10-yard loss.
I think he kind of slipped, but he couldn't have gone anywhere anyway. The Raider D was just all over him down there.
Couldn't step up, couldn't get outside. As you said, nowhere to go. So it's 3rd and long. 3rd and 20 here for the Galloping Ghosts. 4 receivers, no tight end. 1 back in behind O'Brien, and he's under pressure, and he's going to go down again. This time Nathan Hepp makes the sack at the 19-yard line. Now that's an impressive defensive set. You start the 35, you push him all the way back to the 19, and we'll get a punt here from the Galloping Ghosts. And dropping back, Tommy Gruby will be at his own 43-yard line.
Moving up a little. Yeah, offense, what we would refer to as the running back or the tailback, he's actually in there to block.
Yeah.
They're not even looking at that. Nice time to get a block of a kick right off the bat. Oh, they're in there.
Snap. Line drive kick will hit at the 45 and
go out of bounds.
Out of bounds there. So Lincoln.
It looked like slow motion, didn't it? That ball going
yeah,
back.
that little bit of air under that snap.
Wow.
Let's just say the trajectory wasn't ideal.
Ooh, man.
Can we say that?
I'm going to write that down.
Yeah, trajectory was not ideal.
Trajectory, not ideal. What time is it?
I got to get my phone out. I don't know.
Okay.
It's 4:45 to go first quarter. That's when it is.
Because I'm guessing maybe Kay would want to know this. That was impressive.
So Lincoln's second possession is in the Kuaukan end of the field. They judge it having gone out of bounds at the 36. Wow. Short field here for the Raiders.
You can almost hear Coach Biolo say, let's take advantage of this.
Man, coverage right down here.
Get a chance to put a team way behind early, you have to do it.
Throwing in the middle. They've got a man on the far side. Oh, just off the hand of... That is Keegan Hewitt running alone. Beat his man, was alone on the far side.
Just kind of stopped a little bit, and Kuaukan is number 66, which is
Logan Canner.
Had his hand stepped on. He was back in the backfield and saw him get up and try to shake it loose.
I get the sense that Lincoln's coaches up here are looking down there saying, we've got some things we can take advantage of.
Absolutely. Right.
Pilot in the middle. He's got room as he steps to the outside and goes down at the 32-yard line. He gets 4 yards, almost 5, and it'll be 3rd down, and we're going to call it 6. And a first period.
It says 6 on the board, Milts. You're right on tonight.
What's that?
3rd and 6.
Oh, okay. I never doubted it for a second.
I'm still trying to get over the trajectory thing.
It was not ideal.
That means it wasn't the best, right?
Pilot pushing to the 30, but not past that. So it's going to be 4th down and almost 3.5, 4 yards. Based on their first possession, you got to believe Lincoln's going to go here.
4th and 4, 30 yards.
We really have to compliment the field crew at Lincoln High School, Southwood County 2000 field. It is an absolutely beautiful field.
4th down and 4. Mansell steps up, throws in the middle. Man, he was hit way early. Where's the flag? Oh my goodness.
Ooh.
He was hit way early. like
2 hands to the back.
He was down before the ball got there. Oh man. Okay. It's a turnover on downs. Back to Kuaukan with 3:30 to go, first quarter.
Channel 7 and 9 both were filming that. I wonder if they'll play that on the sports.
Wow.
Everybody was just waiting for the flag, and
We were talking last night about needing replay. I'd like to see that on replay. Here's a handoff. First running play of the night for Kuaukan. Nets them 4 yards to the 34-yard line. The bottom there of that pile is running back Tyler Froelich.
The thing that was so interesting about that, MIlton, it's almost like he did it on purpose. Like he just said, I'm not gonna have you catch it, I'm gonna push you. Oh well.
Here we go, 2nd down and 6. It's Froelich again, and he's going nowhere. First to him is Cody Sawyer. Frank Hartman's also there. They just stuffed that hole and pushed him back.
Big Joe Whitemarsh is back there.
Going to mark it at the 33 for a loss of 1, and here comes 3rd and 7.
Third and 6, 3rd and 7, they say on the board.
I'm going to break the tie and say 3rd and 7.
I always go with the announcer.
O'Brien tucks it in the belly of Froelich, and he is around the corner to the 36, but he's short of the first down as he is taken down. Among those first there, Nathan Hepp.
Dylan Ashbeck also.
2 minutes to go, first quarter, and again, the Galloping Ghosts will punt it away here. Get your thoughts, Craig. Not here, but between the quarter break as we come back for the second quarter, we'll talk about next week's game and the uniqueness of that game for the Raiders.
Again, we'll watch this snap. It was a floater last time.
Now Gruby's back at his 28.
Still floater.
That's a wobbly snap.
That one's going to roll.
That's going to be a good outcome for Kuaukan as it rolls dead at the 25-yard line.
That looked like one of your approaches to the green. Roll right up next to the flag. Easy putt for birdie.
Not one of mine. Someone in this booth, but not one of mine.
Did you notice I emphasize easy putt for birdie?
Which, of course, there is no such thing. We all know that.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that or not.
And if I putt like you, I wouldn't agree with it either. I don't. From the 25, it's 1st and 10 for the Raiders. They're up 7-0.
Minute 26 in a very fast first quarter.
Little screen.
Oh, nice
jet
block
screen out here to the 33-yard line.
Really nice block by Isaiah Westfall out here, Mel. He literally just put his helmet on the other boy's helmet and just kind of rode him out. That's a nice gain, an extra probably 3-4 yards on that.
Nick Campbell was the receiver.
Right on top of the Lincoln.
Boy, they get almost 8 out of that. 2nd down and 2.5.
We were here last night, the Assumption game, and we had a hard time figuring out how they were.
Going deep for Westfall, Craig. Here he goes up and he makes that catch. And he's in bounds at the 37-yard line. You know, I think Isaiah maybe had a little bit of jitters, opening night excitement on that first drive, because that's a fabulous catch. That's a D1 catch right there. At the 37, defender draped all over him. He went above him, 2 hands, made the catch. Beautiful play, beautiful catch. Well thrown ball, too.
Nice shot.
So now on the 1st and 10 from the 37, Pilot into the middle. Look at him go at the 30, still fighting at the 25 and all the way down to the 19-yard line.
And I have to give credit to Matthew Schooley and to Rhett Reinecke, because they did what's called, we used to call it a splat block, where basically they had their guys right on their back, and the running back just drove right over the top of them.
Right back to Pilot and inside the 15 to the 14. After his 18-yard pickup, he comes right back and garners himself another 5. Red Raiders rolling right now offensively. Up 7-0 and threatening here as we come near the end of the first period. They throw it outside and getting down the sideline, diving for the goal line. What's the call? Down at the 1, it's Nick Campbell. And we'll have a first and goal with 21 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
Nice little juke step out there.
We see on this drive the Raiders taking advantage of Nick Campbell's speed on the perimeter.
Boy, I just think you get behind your big offensive line and push them all the way back to the goalpost.
And they'll try to do that with Pilot, and he scores from a yard out. And Lincoln goes up 13-0. 6 seconds to go, first period on the score. So there's been one thing tonight so far that has stopped the Lincoln offense. Here's the extra point by Hepp. It's good. It's 14-0. And that's a poor call from the officials. So we're going to take a quick timeout on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. We'll be back for the kickoff here as we'll close out the first quarter after this. Brock Erdman will be kicking it away here for the Raiders. It's Mason Van Zeelen, the deepest of the Galloping Ghosts, but we'll see where this one lands. The first kickoff just about to the 25-yard line.
Little pooch kick. Who's going to pick it up?
Same man has it as before. That's Riley Kanak. And he's back to the 31-yard line. The first period's over. It's a great one for the Red Raiders. They're up 14-0 on Kuaukan, and we'll have the start of the second quarter after this short timeout on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. $14-0 Red Raiders. Second quarter opens with Kuaukan taking over at their own 31. O'Brien fakes to Froelich, wants to throw a little bubble screen out here, and he completes the pass to Taylor Shantz, and he's up to about the 36. So as we go through this I wanted to share with you, I'll be with you through the first half. Then after halftime, Craig will be taking over and bringing you the second half of the game. So we won't get the chance to talk about this, Craig, at the appropriate time. So I want to take a moment to talk about next week's game, which has historic consequences here in just a minute. Second down in about 4.5, and ball is handed off. Nothing doing. Absolutely nothing. Peter Aspros inside, plugged up that hole, also stuffing the hole inside. He had a couple of linebackers there, including Drake Biolo, and just nothing doing. They lose about 2 yards, and it's now going to be third down and almost 6 for Kuaukan. And they hand it off. Here comes the fullback, Nick Kabloff, and he's dropped for a loss on the play.
Frank Hartman.
Man, Lincoln looks sharp on both sides of the ball. As we get ready for the punt next week, Craig, Kimberly's setting history in Wisconsin prep football. State titles, winning streak. You go into their place, they're going to have to lose a game sometime. Yeah, maybe it's next week.
You know what? It's a good time to go in there. They did beat Fondy last night, although a lot of people picked Fondy. They won by, I believe, by 7 for, I think it's their 57th win in a row. It's the longest winning streak in high school football in the country. And they're very good, obviously. They have 3 or 4 Division I guys on there. They're just good.
But Ruby on the run at the 40.
Also good.
Midfield and down to the Kuaukan 40-yard line. Gruby on the run, picked it up on the hop and was able to cover about 20 yards on that punt return. And here's Lincoln back in great field position. They're going to mark it at the Kuaukan 44.
Yeah, and I actually think going to their place is an advantage. I think sometimes sometimes when you're at home, it's almost like a little more tension in the air, but I really think Lincoln can give them a good game. I would not be surprised on that. But they are obviously very, very good, and you don't win 4 or whatever state titles in a row without being extremely good in a tough division.
Now Mansell gives inside. Pilot slammed down at the 39, but he gets almost 5 on first and 10.
Lincoln is just blocking well. They're passing well. You just feel the confidence up here.
Yes, you do. Yes,
and
you do.
If you're Kaukauna, you kind of look. We do a lot of looking on the sidelines, and you look over at Kaukauna. Nothing negative with them at all, but they're a little defeated right now.
Deep ball for Westfall, far side. He goes up. It might have been picked off, and that is the signal. It's an interception, or is it a catch? They have ruled that a catch. Isaiah Westfall went up. It was a 50-50 ball, and he took it away from the defender, and he makes the catch down at the 15-yard line. 24-yard pickup.
Just a great catch. We couldn't tell from here. I'm like you, I thought it was intercepted, but it was a tie. Tie goes to the runner, right?
That's right. Now Mansell gives it to Pilot. He's got room in the middle, and he is down to the 5. Just short of another first down.
Offensive line, they're just burying the other team, just burying them.
I would guess.
They're so much bigger than the other. It's amazing. Lincoln is a big team up there.
I don't know where they are, but there might be some scouts here tonight, I would guess.
I'm guessing they're happy that it's a Saturday night game.
Yeah, helpful to their plans.
So Mel, don't be surprised if you get a phone call.
First and goal at the 6. On the option, Mansell's going to walk it in from 6 yards out.
8:53, hot quarter number 2. Because I know Craig Council calls you once in a while just to get updates and.
So
this is getting out of hand for Kaukauna, and Lincoln is just good.
Mansell's second touchdown run of the night. And now Hepp for the point after. And it's good.
Do you ever want to be a kicker, Mel?
I can't say in particular.
You would have been a very good offensive lineman, not necessarily maybe big enough, but
yeah,
you'd have tried hard.
Not necessarily.
Wrestling was your game, right?
Oh, no.
Oh. Why do I always bring that up every year?
I don't know.
Oh well, huh? It's just a friendly booth. My arm keeps sticking to the program. It's a little warm up here. Last night it was kind of a cool night.
Yes, it was. 8:53 for the second quarter.
So they Kaukauna tonight, obviously. They go to Kimberly, and then they host Oshkosh North.
Then it's the big month away.
Neenah, and they
Wausau East,
Tom
Field.
And again, Wausau East is non-conference now. They've split the conference up again. It's Lincoln, Spash, Marshfield, DC Everest, and Wausau West are in the, I think they're calling it the North. The Valley Association, I think, is in 3 parts now, and they're in the North Division or whatever it is. So it's really the old Valley. But you obviously play the teams in the other, the Appletons of the world and the Kimberleys and teams out of the East over there.
Erdman will kick it away. His best kick of the night bounces at the 20-yard line. A little room in the middle here for Kaukauna up to the 37 or 8. It's Nick Kaboff with the return.
And I know over on the other side over there, I know Appleton North is a very good team. They have some really good players. They were showing them on the highlights last night.
Who was it that took apart Spash?
Appleton. I believe it was Appleton North. Okay. West or North? I think it was North. That area is growing so fast. They keep adding high school.
Froelich inside, drives to the 40, gets himself 2.5.
Clock ticking down, Milt. We're at about 8.5 for the half. Again, a beautiful night for football.
On the play action, big trouble and a sack inside the 30-yard line. It's Nathan Hepp with his second tackle for a loss tonight, his second sack. This one is a big loss all the way back to the 30-yard line.
You know, Westfall's had some great catches, and Nathan Hepp is really, he's your player of the game at this point.
He is.
Nothing
against anybody else. Nope.
He has just been outstanding.
Now here he comes again. That's him jumping high and collapsing the pocket, thrown in the middle and dropped. Mason Van Zeelen, the intended receiver, and we'll get another punt.
There's so much pressure on everybody that they're a little gun shy, Milt. The quarterback just running for his life back there.
So Gruby will stand at his own 40 here.
Another of the Brazilian seniors here.
Let's watch this snap, because this has been a trouble spot for Kuaukan tonight. Little bit better this time, but there's Drake Biolo right in on top of the punter. Fair catch call and made at the 47-yard line. Drake Biolo right in there, nearly got that one. So Lincoln already up 21-0 will take over in great field position at their own 47. Mansell's going to pitch it off to Combs. Combs gets the corner, 45-40, still going. 30, bumps one man away. He's on his way to the 10 into the pylon. Is it a touchdown or is he out at the 1?
No signal.
He's out at the 1.5. Oh my. 51-yard run by Nash Combs.
The one official just sat and waited for the other guy.
Well, he was behind the play.
Yeah, he couldn't tell.
The side judge was behind the play.
The middle judge, he didn't guess that isn't his call,
but he's in better position to make it. Why can't you make the call?
You're looking right at it.
Boy, Lincoln's been explosive tonight. Mansell has 2 scores. Is it about to be 3? Now whistles. He throws it into the end zone and caught there, but the whistle blows before the play. They're signaling it's against Kuaukan, I believe. I think that's
offside.
What I saw Nick Campbell signal.
I never did see the official signal, did you?
I did not yet, no. So it's going to move it from just inside the 2 to just inside the 1.
I'd get behind the big offensive line, and it's wide open in the middle.
Now they're going to throw it. Same play, and it's caught for a touchdown by Keegan Hewitt.
Like I said, I would just throw it out there.
Spread them out and throw it, right? 1-yard pass to Keegan Hewitt. Mansell has his hand in a 3rd touchdown here tonight. 27-0 Lincoln, and we're not even to the midway point of the 2nd quarter. Yep, looking to go 4 for 4.
Right through the middle.
He swings that leg through it, and it's 28-0. Lincoln 28, Kuaukan nothing. We'll have more Lincoln Red Raider football after this timeout on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media.
Good. Boy, they're just, I don't know if we have a fan in here. Well, this is good. I know we're really good. I don't know if Kuaukan is good or not.
Sure is. Yes, it is. So as the sun is set behind the press box and the field is entirely in shade. Now there's a fumble on the kickoff. It's picked up at the 20 and swarmed under is Mason Van Zeeland. You can see now, Craig, that reflex action, how Kuaukana's a little gun shy right now, just because they're getting overwhelmed so completely in all three phases, offense, defense, and special teams. An inside handoff just across the 25 for about 3.5, 4 yards. Tyler Froelich is a junior, 6 foot, 185 pounds, and he serves as the primary tailback for this Kuaukan team. Second down, we're going to call it 6. O'Brien's going to turn and give it to Froelich again, and he's going to have a first down as he comes across the 35 to the 36-yard line.
Back went, corralled him.
We hit the midway point of period number 2. Going to stay with it. Froelich ahead. Short gain this time, just about 2. If you're Kuaukan, you just got to get the game settled down. You just got to get
way out of whack.
Deep breath, just back to basics. Just get it settled on a little bit, because
keep the ball out of the Raiders' hands. Things
were just going way too fast there. If you're looking at it from the Kuaukan perspective. Second and long. And they're going to run the same play they've run each play of this drive. Just an inside handoff to Froelich.
It's so slow to materialize, though. You know, they hand off the ball 3 or 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and by the time they get going, the Raiders are already all over the thing. Yeah,
third down.
Hawaiian night, no?
Is it? Wow.
I don't know. I see a lot of.
I missed the email.
Yeah.
Here's probably not even an email anymore, the social media poll. No gain on the 3rd and 5 play. As they just have run Froelich inside. And so 5 straight runs, it's 4th and 3, and they're going to punt the football away with 4:35 to go in the half. Ruby this time starts at his own 30.
And the punt game is always...
There's a little bit better trajectory on the snap. Ruby will go to the far side. This is going to be out of bounds at 33-yard line. So with 4:02 to go in the half, Lincoln has a commanding 28-0 lead, and they'll get the football back when we come back on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. Raiders from the 33, and Mansell rolls out, sets his feet, wants to throw in the middle, and he throws for Keegan Hewitt and underthrown. That was a tough throw because he had to throw back behind his momentum, and he just wasn't able to get his feet set and make that throw the way he wanted to. So it'll be 2nd and 10. It's always a little scary when a quarterback throws back behind his body in the middle like that. But no harm or foul there, so it'll be 2nd down, 10. They'll give it to Pilot, and look at him lumber up the middle, very near a first down. They're probably going to call him about a yard short at the 41, but he is right there. 9 yards, 3rd and 1 for Lincoln.
Just watching Milt out here, they have two good receivers for Lincoln. And they're only being covered by, well, now another defensive back came over. The last play was one guy guarding Westfall and 2 Raiders.
Oh, it's Pilot hit well behind the line and driven back, losing a yard. It'll be 4th and 2. Do you go in your own end? Deeper.
That's a good question.
Here, the other times they've gone has been in the Kuaukan side of the. Nope, they're going. You're right, Craig. They're set. They're going. Nope, now they changed their mind. Now here comes the punt team on, and with 2:55 and the clock running, we will see our first Lincoln punt of the night. Dylan Ashbeck, the defensive back, is the punter.
Yeah, there was something mixed up. I'm watching the coaches down here. Something was mixed up on that last play because they're. Wow, there's a punt, huh?
Booming kick back to the 19. But a little return here, and a good job as this kick's returned to the 35 by Cole Hurst. Both teams with their full allotment of 3 timeouts left to cover this final 2:27 of the first half.
Kuaukan back up, line of scrimmage. This is kind of where they just were, wasn't it, Milt?
It is.
1st and 10. Back to pass.
Oh, big
Wide
hit.
Open. There. Oh,
and intercepted and dropped. Beautiful job by Tommy Gruby. Boy, Noah O'Brien was absolutely planted again. Wow. Was that Justin Reimer, 66, that got through? I'm not sure if I'm giving the right credit there to the defensive line, but their pressure's been great tonight. 2:20 for the half, 2nd and 10.
Chugging.
Playing a little rugby there. The rugby scrum goes to the
up to the
40-yard line.
That's a tough way to make a living too, isn't it? Playing rugby?
Oh boy, that's football without pads right there. So from the 40-yard line, 3rd down, a step over 5 yards for the first.
Oh, we have a timeout.
And it's
timeout
for Kuaukan
at 1:49, quarter number 2. On an absolutely perfect night for football, Southwood County 2000. I actually think it's very nice to have a field like this that both Assumption and Lincoln can share, because you can't get anything better than this.
No, you cannot, Craig.
Looks like Kuaukan is not going to take their full time out. Raiders coming back out.
Interesting that
warming up.
Austin Pilot's taking some snaps. He's a sophomore quarterback, and
we're changing a number down here too.
So third down play. O'Brien pumps once, pulls it down, in trouble. Ball's loose. Who's got the football at the 37? Lincoln says they do. Where is the call? It's a turnover. The Red Raiders get the turnover at the 37. Minute 41 for the half.
He just doesn't have a chance back there, Milt. It's like he almost knocked it out of his hand as he was running forward.
Ball's on the 38-yard line.
Punch one in here.
Remember now on this drive, Lincoln with all 3 timeouts. Mansell wants to throw. He's got a man wide open. It's Keegan Hewitt, and it hits the back of the defender, which elicits a groan. When I cried out, he's got a man open, I was talking about Nick Campbell, the shorter receiver who was running to this, what they call now a skinny post. He was wide open. There wasn't a man within 10 yards of him. They double-teamed Hewitt, and Nick Campbell came back letting Jacob Mansell know I was the guy that was open there. So it's 2nd and 10. Mansell still has it, and he's going to keep it and slide down in front of a defender at the 33-yard line. That's a 4-yard pickup, 3rd and 6.
Again, the crowd was thinking a little bit too much contact up there on that long pass play.
Well, he didn't. And the defender didn't turn around.
Didn't even look at the ball.
But I don't know if you have to turn around and play the ball if you just let it hit you in the back. You know, he didn't. It could have been interference, perhaps.
36 on the 33-yard line.
So here's the 3rd down play. Whistle. It will be a timeout by Kuaukan. Remember now, fans, we're back with you on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media on the 1st of September when Oshkosh North comes to town. We'll have our crew here and we'll be providing coverage for you. All the Lincoln games, 4 of those, all the Assumption games, 5 of those. So make sure you continue to check your listings on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media for when those games are airing so that you can watch the exploits of what should be 2 teams that have a great chance to be playoff teams this year. Looking down here, looks like Rick Hankey is checking out 63, right? Michael Iverson, is that 63 or 53, Craig? 63? Yeah, Mike Iverson, defensive lineman.
I have to talk to Rick Hankey. How many years has he been? It's
long. I don't remember another trainer.
Super guy, Phil. Super guy.
Now on the far side, Campbell with the 1st down catch, 3rd down conversion for the Raiders. Goes all the way down to the 16-yard line.
Message received. Wide open. Just on the other side of the field.
Exactly. 1st and 10.
Clock running now.
Mansell still has it, and he's got some room. He goes down, sliding at the 12, almost 5.
Under 30 seconds. It's going to be a timeout. And timeout Lincoln at 29 seconds. It's 2nd and 8, but they'd really like to stick one in here.
Raiders call their timeout ball on the 13-yard line.
His dad. Big guy. Just sat down with the little baby.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a real nice guy.
One more play and they'll catch.
They need to score as much as they can when they can. Too many times we shut down and the other team comes back.
She's an RN. She knows.
Almost happened last night. 34-14, right? Second down 5 for Lincoln from the 12-yard line of Kuaukan. Rolling right. Mansell looks, throws to the back corner, Westfall, and it's batted down. Nice job there and coverage by Morgan Swanson of the Ghosts. So it's third down again, 23 seconds.
Again, good blocking up front. I mean, there's nobody even close to the quarterback.
No,
and they
no pressure at all.
They've been spreading out their splits a little bit, so they really spread out the field well.
Now on the option, Mansell cuts it in, and he goes to about the 7-yard line. He looks to be half a yard short of a first down. So it's fourth down and less than a yard from the 9-yard line with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
And Lincoln called timeout.
That is their second one to go.
I've got ribbons. I've got... I remember the days when they used to do everything like basketball. Everything started at 8 o'clock. Remember that?
Oh, I do.
Oh.
It's awful. Fourth down, less than a yard for Lincoln. They're inside the 10 here of Kuaukan. It's Pilot going through the middle and into the end zone for the touchdown.
Again, great blocking.
And it's Isaac Pilot's second touchdown run of the night. 34-0 in favor of Lincoln.
Kick is good.
So it's 35-0. We'll have the kickoff and the conclusion of the second quarter after this timeout.
Dick, where are you going?
Erdman's kickoff, an end-over-end kick that sails down to the 25, and we'll have one more play before it's halftime here tonight. Well, sometimes I would guess that coaches have some concerns about whether or not their team is ready to take what they've had in practice and turn it into a game situation. That's not the case with Lincoln. They have been ultra sharp here in the first half. They lead it 35-0.
Very impressive. Both sides of the ball, including the special teams. It's very impressive.
Just a little handoff here to Froelich, and he'll be hit out of bounds as the half ends.
That's one of their better runs all night, actually.
It's halftime, and Lincoln leads Kuaukan 35-0. We'll be back with you when Assumption next plays. Speaking of myself, Milt Van Natta, on the 31st of August. Here to take you through the second half of this one will be our producer and videographer, Napgezek, Craig Timm, and we're pleased to be joined tonight in our booth by Jacob Johnson. They'll take you through the second half after this on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media.
Welcome back. This is the second half. We're at Southwood County Field. It's Saturday night. The Raiders up 35-0 over the Kuaukan Galloping Ghost. Rapids kicking off the ball. It's been a very dominant half for the Raiders on all sides of the ball, including special teams. And that ball goes out of bounds without being touched. The flag goes out. And we're waiting because the 35, and let me see if I have this correct, the 35-point rule for high school football, we're going to have a running clock once they snap the ball. The ball, it will stay running, which means they don't stop it for anything, I believe, except a injury. And I don't know about penalties. We'll see that in a second. But it's going to be a running clock unless Kuaukan scores and the points go under 35. If it's still 35-point difference in the fourth quarter, whether there is a score or not, it's going to keep running. There comes right off the bat there. Frank Hartman started off the third quarter. Tackle for loss. Kuaukan with the ball. They are second and about, we'll say 14. I'm glad to be up in the booth today with Jacob Johnson. Jacob lives in Wisconsin Rapids. Jacob, thanks for joining us. He's up here enjoying the game, and we're having kind of a dominating performance for the Raiders. What do you think?
Yeah, I would have to say so.
Sounds good. Now go ahead, Jacob. We're just, again, a run to the right. Gained about 5 yards. It comes up third and, well, they haven't changed it. They say third and 13. That's not correct. It should be third and 9. Again, this is going to be an interesting quarter because we're at a running clock here, Jacob, which means we're already about a minute into the game and they've only run 2 plays. So we'll see what happens. Glad to have Jacob up here. He's interested in sports broadcasting, and he learned a lot from Milt. I don't think he learns much from me, but that's okay. There's the pass into the flat. Incomplete. Great defense. We saw that the whole first half. The Raiders are just dominant on defense. They're dominant on offense. They have a lot of weapons. And again, Kuaukan tonight. It's going to be an interesting game next week. The Lincoln Red Raiders, they head over to Kimberly to play the top-ranked Kimberly Ball Club, who has won 57 games in a row. And as we talked to some of the fans at halftime, it's about time they broke the string. So I think Lincoln feels pretty good about themselves, but let's take care of business, get done with this. Oh, almost blocked again. Biolo almost had it. That's his third time tonight. Drake Biolo, who's a senior, very senior dominant Lincoln team, as we've mentioned. He has almost blocked a couple of kicks tonight. So the Raiders will start first and 10. They'll be on the 43-yard line. So Jacob, what you're in school, are you? School's starting here in a couple weeks, and
Yep.
what grade will you be in?
I will be a freshman at East.
Oh, freshman at East, good. See, I'm old enough, I remember that as Lincoln High School. That was a high school when I was in way back. Don't tell them how many years, a lot of years ago. There's the handoff. There's the keeper. Jacob Mansell gets wrestled down. Lost a couple of yards. It'll be second and about 11, they're calling it. Again, we're in a running clock. You'll see Lincoln really doesn't pay any attention to the clock. They just constantly go. They don't huddle hardly at all. The plays come in. Actually, the plays come in on a big whiteboard. One of the receivers sends in the signal to the quarterback, and away they go. Again, snap to him. Nice pass out there. That pass out to Coombs, he's number 7. Nash Coombs, he's a halfback. 5'6", 145, and he is a junior. Again, Lincoln very, very heavy seniors, especially on the starting both sides of the ball. 3rd and 6 on the Lincoln 48-yard line. Again, we're already down to the 8-minute mark. We've burned 4 minutes already, and we've had about 7 plays. There's out for first down. Jacob Mansell to Nick Campbell. We're going to move the chains, and we're out to the 44-yard line of the Galloping Ghosts of Kuaukan High School. Again, Lincoln has an interesting schedule this year. They're at home tonight, obviously. Then they're on the road. Then they're at home. And then they're on the road 4 weeks in a row. Little pitch out. Nash Coombs, number 7. He picks up. Nice pickup. It'll be second. They're calling it 6, so a pickup of 4. Again, Lincoln is very dangerous. Isaiah Westfall, you've heard about him. He's the number 1 rated wide receiver, or probably one of the number 1 rated players in the state of Wisconsin. And he is always dangerous up there. Had some great catches in the first half. He's just fun to watch. Little handoff into the middle of the line. Line is blocking very well tonight. Nash Coombs is getting a lot of action here in quarter number 3. We'll go down about 3rd and we'll call it a long 4. Ball on the 37-yard line. And again, the clock is running. Again, we're in a running clock. If you're 35 points ahead or more in the second half, you do a running clock. And that's the biggest hit Kuaukan has had all night. That was Mason Stewart. That was number 4. That literally blasted number 4 for Lincoln. And that was Jacob Mansell, but they popped up. It's 4th down. We'll see what Lincoln does. What would you do? You think you'll go for it, Jacob?
Well, if you're scoring as much points as you are, you kind of want to put the game on ice. Well, then just go for it because what's.
You are correct, and you called it. We have a first down. Nice pass out there. Nick Campbell, first down, Red Raiders. You hear the bell. You called it exactly right. We have a future coach up here in the booth. Right on the 30-yard line. Again, it's a beautiful night for football. We're really happy to bring it to you on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. And I have to admit, I had to write that down because I always call it something else and I'm not supposed to. Nothing bad. Nice. Touchdown, Isaiah Westfall. Great pass, great catch. He's just dangerous. There's nothing else to say. He can outrun you. He can outjump you. That's the second time tonight where he's actually almost had a tie ball, almost like a tie jump like you see in basketball. He pulled it down. It's a touchdown. The clock stops because of the score. And we're going to try to kick it. Again, that is Nathan Hepp for the extra point. And like he did multiple times tonight, it's through the uprights. It is 42-0 at the 4:55 mark. Raiders will kick off. Yeah, I just think Isaiah is he's so tough to guard, and he's out there, and then they don't forget about him, but he's kind of a decoy out there, and then he's always dangerous. So you called it. Go on 4th down and got more points. Again, the clock is stopped. It's 4:55. So we're going to have a pretty quick half here. Again, in the 4th quarter, if it would get even under 35, we will. There's a good shot of our friendly faces. Jacob Johnson from Wisconsin Rapids. Glad to have him in the booth. And again, the clock is stopped at 4:55. The score is 42-0. I would guess Kimberly was here scouting. They probably went home at halftime because I didn't think there was much more they could see. Lincoln is just playing outstanding football tonight. That was Brock Erdman on the kick. And Kuaukan, almost dropped the ball, and the ball is out, and Kuaukan gets back on it. They stripped the ball from him. Peyton Eben.
Tell him. Dickie said will be number 1.
Kimberly's number 1. They will be next week, though. Kuaukan comes up to the line. Again, we have a running clock. 4:10. Snap. They stay in that little nice run. First good run of the night. And he's off to the races. Huge run. That is Tyler Freilich. He's a 6-foot junior, 185 for the Galloping Ghost. All the way down to the Rapids. Let's see where they spotted, about the 34-yard line, 33. 1st and 10 on the 33. Clock still runs. We're at about 3.5 minutes. Again, they've been in the shotgun all night. Another handoff. Cody Sawyer on the tackle. Nice to have. Nice to have a lot of the other Raiders in there. Big Joseph Whitemarsh is in, and Austin Reimer had a heck of a sprint, but he did get off in time. They were coming out of the huddle. What a great run again for Kuaukan. They finally have a little bit of life here. That's Tyler Freilich. And they're going to move the chains. First down, Galloping Ghost. And again, the clock is a huge issue for Kuaukan. Lincoln doesn't care, frankly. And again, 42-0. It's just, you're kind of just playing out the string. I don't mean that derogatorily. It's just, you know, it's a tough. You want to keep playing hard. Great. Tyler Baldoff, linebacker. He's a junior for Lincoln on the stop. Peter Asperos is still out there, number 96. He's 6'3", about 260. Big team for Lincoln, a lot of seniors. Nice to get some other players in the... They're going to pick it off. Oh, it just hung up there. The ball just totally slipped. And again, that's where you get the running clock, because even though that was incomplete, the clock keeps running. They will stop at the change for the quarter. Well, we might have the fastest quarter we've had in many years. I think we had 1 or 2 last year with Assumption running clock. And remember, one game it was nice because that was the game with the rain. It was just horrible weather. But not tonight. Beautiful night for football. There's the run, and it's touchdown. Kuaukan, flag on the play. And I'm thinking it's coming back. Well, we'll see here. Flag is right in the line of scrimmage. They're conferring their clock stops on a penalty. That was Tyler Baldoff, scampered in. And we have a hold on the Ghosts. So all that work, Jacob, and we're bringing it back. So school starts what in right after Labor Day this year, right? On that Tuesday, does that sound right? The 5th, September 5th, and you said you'll be at East Junior High?
Yep, and key thing is that it's actually my birthday day.
Oh, happy birthday! Wow, what's the age going to be?
15.
15, good for you. Congratulations, happy birthday early. Great defense by the Raiders. Suppose you can't take the first day of school off just because it's your birthday, huh? You have to go anyway.
I know. Which in the last time, which I had asked my mom.
Oh, did you?
But except of course she would say.
Oh, I would have tried that too, but. So some years you'd actually, you might hit Labor Day, right? It gets on your birthday. Good for you. Next year it'll be on the 5th. Nice break up there. Tommy Gruby. Well, he's Tommy Gruby on one of my sheets, and he's Thomas Gruby on the other sheet. But anyway, he's a great defensive back for the Raiders. 5'9", 150, and he is a senior. We're at the end of the third quarter. It is the Lincoln Red Raiders 42, the Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts 0, and we will be back for quarter number 4 in a few minutes on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. We are back at Southwood County 2000, and it's August 19th. It's a Saturday night, and again we are at a 42-0 score. Lincoln High School. Lincoln has the ball. They are on their own 26-yard line. Little handoff into the pile. Yeah, I was going to say, brand new quarterback, Austin Pelot. He's a 6'2". He is a sophomore. New running back, a lot of new Raiders, of course, with the 42-0 score. Still in that little bit of a shotgun. Great fake into the line. Nathaniel Schooley into the line, and Austin Pelot took the ball around left end, got tied up around his collar, but he received the first down. It's 1st and 10. Ball is on the 38. Again, we're running the clock. Got my buddy Jacob Johnson up here. And we are watching a pretty absolutely, on all facets, great ball game for the Lincoln Red Raiders. Nathaniel Schooley into the line. Nice gain. We're going to say it's going to be about, I'm going to say 2nd and 3. And it's just Kaukauna finally broke the ice and did get into the end zone, and then it was a holding penalty, so that was taken away. So what a great fake by Austin Pelot. He's in the backfield, all the way back there. And it's a first down. The clock continues to run. We're at about the 30, I'm going to say the 38-yard line, 1st and 10. And you know, you have a lot of your backup players in there. Andrew Lucas, offensive lineman, he's in there, number 60. And again, you have to keep playing hard, even with the running clock. It is what it is. Work on some things. The good news is you don't get anybody hurt, and that's what you want. That's the key. And that's Nick Campbell. And he's back, and they're on about the 30-yard line. They're going to mark it right at the 30. So, Jacob, what do you think about the Raiders so far this year?
Well, if the defense keeps making the stops, then that could be a good sign. And with the clicking offense, that could produce to
Gonna be a good year. Yep, I agree with you. Again, that's Austin Pilat. I see Isaiah Westfall is back. He's on the sideline. Again, they're going to rest their starters with this kind of a lead and a running clock. Nice to see a lot of the linemen still in there. Matthew Schooley is in. He's an offensive lineman. He's only a sophomore. He is 6'3", 240. It's kind of hard to see some of the numbers. I apologize because they're... Brett Reinecke is still in at left guard. Ryan Blackheis, he's a 6'3", 290, another big sophomore. Over here on right end, Leif Olson. He's another sophomore, 5'11". He's the wide receiver on our side of the field down here. There's a pitch out there. Nice catch. Adam Urban. Nice catch over there. Great throw, great catch. We are second down and about 3. Clock is running. We're at 8 minutes. And again, can't thank the folks enough that work at Lincoln High School and work for both Assumption and Lincoln games. We've had 2 great games. Great field. It's in beautiful shape. We could take another couple months of weather like this. It'd be really a nice fall for football. Again, the Lincoln Raiders they have a big test, obviously, next week. They head over to Kimberly. Kimberly is the 57, they're on a 57-game winning streak for football. Kimberly beat Fondy last night, Fond du Lac, by 7, I believe it was, or it was a very close game. A lot of people picked, from what I was picking up in the media, a lot of folks thought it might be Fondy's turn. Kimberly did beat Fondy in the playoffs last year, but it was only by, I think, 3 or 5 points. It was just a great ball game. And obviously Kimberly's very good, there's no question. Oh, nice throw out there. Just off the Leif Olson. Just almost had himself a touchdown. Austin Pilat with the throw. Again, it's odd. You look up and you watch and you're thinking the clock is stopped, but it just keeps a-running. I know there's a song, Train Keeps a-Running, but I don't know about Clock Keeps a-Running. And we're at 6:44 and we are running. Again, the play is coming in. Leif Olson relays it in there. Ethan McKellips is in there. He's a halfback. He's a junior. Nice to see a lot of the younger classmen get to play. Again, we have 3 games before school starts, so which in the summer seems a little bit odd, but I'll tell you it's great when they get in the playoffs and you're in the middle of November and you're a week early. That makes it very nice. That extra week helps a lot. 68, that's Kobe Carlson. He is another sophomore. He's on his way in. And Hunter Holmes is coming on the sidelines. He had a nice sprint there for a gentleman, 6'2", 250, and he's a sophomore. Yeah, Art was just saying half the quarter's gone. We're under 6 minutes. And again, Lincoln taking all the time they want because there's absolutely no reason to hurry. There's a handoff up the middle, close to a first down. Austin Hensley, he's a junior. He's at quarterback now. Big fella. Hunter Holmes is back in. Kobe Carlson got the sprint out. So it's 4th and 1, and you might as well go. No reason to kick it here. And I would guess they're probably going to just stick it right up the middle. And they do, and he's going to walk. Oh, wow, he got drilled. Nice run by Nathaniel Schooley, and he was stood up and driven back, but it is a first down and goal. Yeah, I don't understand. The one official signaled the wrong way. He signaled as if Kuaukan had the football. Not sure what he was pointing out. That's why I stopped for a second. I thought maybe I didn't see it correctly. Again, tough sledding down there. We do have 4.5. We have 4:21. Nathaniel Schooley. Hunter Holmes gets his sprint out again. He's going to be a tired guy when the game is over. He's been sprinting from the middle of the field out and back basically every play. Again, what a dominant performance by Lincoln tonight. Just a nice way to start. Right into the middle, that's Nathaniel Schooley. And Lincoln is signaling touchdown. Ball was loose, I'm assuming. All I can figure out is the ball was fumbled because all of a sudden Kuaukan has the ball. Yeah, it was a touchback. No, that couldn't be either though. Well, anyway, we're at 3 minutes. We have a running clock. The score is 42-0, Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln High School. And another flag. So it's not going to make a difference. Number 82, Garrett Wiernick, a defensive lineman, 6'2", 210 is in. Alex Jakubiak, defensive lineman, 5'7", 270, he's in. Jakubiak is a junior. Again, we're counting it down. We're just kind of playing out the string. So how'd you like your first shot in the booth, Jacob? Kind of a weird game to be sitting up here. We'll get you up here again when the game is probably not so lopsided.
My channel picks up any game is good.
Sounds good. I'm not. I have to be honest, I don't understand the clock running part. So anyway, we're at about a minute. We're under 2. A minute 49. It's going to be third and 7. Ball on the 25. Chase Kester, defensive back. He's in for the Raiders. You see he's number 21. Dustin Rickaby, defensive back, is in there. All getting some nice playing time tonight.
Third quarter or fourth quarter?
Should be fourth, yeah. They just pointed out that it's still the third quarter on the scoreboard. And nice run by Kuaukan. Keep the clock running. Going to move the chains. We have a minute. Jack Lechner on the tackle. Nice crowd yet for Lincoln, and we're getting down in the point of the program. We're pretty much going to be done here. LJ Hahn is now in for the Raiders. It's 32 seconds and counting. We're here with Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. We thank all of our volunteers, our best cameraman in the business, Mr. Art. Milt Van Natta. Again, it's Saturday night, and Milt joined us for the first half. He is Milt, as I'm sure a lot of you know, is a minister in Baker Street Wesleyan Church, and obviously needs to get ready for services tomorrow. Final score: Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln 4-2. Galloping Ghosts of Kuaukan High School 0. Great way to start the game. We're going to wrap it up here. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to adjust our camera, and we'll do a quick wrap up. And again, good to have Jacob Johnson with us this evening. And we thank all the folks at Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. Well, the first one's in the book, Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln High School. Great way to start off the season with a very convincing 42-0 win over the Galloping Ghosts from Kuaukan High School. And I'm joined here with my friend here, Jacob Johnson. What'd you think of the game?
Well, it was a good first experience inside the broadcast booth. And the defense played well and the offense played well. So, and the key for the rest of the season is just to keep those two parts of the ball clicking. And
you are absolutely correct. Again, next week is going to be a big game. Again, Lincoln goes to Kimberly. Kimberly on a 57-game winning streak. Lincoln's going to give them all they can handle and then some. And Lincoln is a very senior-dominated team. They have just some great players. Quarterback Isaiah Westfall, you've all heard about, just a great receiver, Division I receiver, big offensive line. Well, what was nice about tonight is they did get a lot of the sophomores and juniors in, and they have a bunch of huge sophomores coming out. So we really appreciate you joining us tonight. Thank you to Milt Van Natta. Milt joined us for the first half. My buddy Jacob next to me. I'm Craig, and Art is our great producer. He does all the work. We just sit here and talk. Again, your final score from Southwood County 2000 Field, Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln High School 42, Kuaukan 0. This has been Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. Have yourself a good week. We'll be on with Assumption and Lincoln games throughout this football season. Have a good night.